You ever stand on Woodward Avenue at night, the city lights flickering like a heartbeat, and feel that electric buzz like something seismic is about to shatter the calm, but no one dares to acknowledge it yet? The kind of tension you can slice through. A storm brewing quietly beneath Detroit's skyline, waiting for a single spark to ignite an all-out blaze? That's where we are, Lions fans, perched on the edge of something wild, a move so bold it might just rewrite the narrative. We've been stuck in for decades. Now listen, if your blood runs blue and silver deep, if you've ever screamed at the TV through heartbreak or stood proud in the rain wearing that Lions jersey, drop your fire down in the comments, because what I'm about to lay on you will change everything you think you know about this team's future. Whispers have been swirling inside sources tapping the pulse of Ford Field, revealing conversations behind closed doors where executives catch their breath, weighing a risk so big it makes the regular all-season chatter feel like child's play. The name? Kenny Pickett. Yes, that Kenny Pickett, the former first-round pick once tangled in the chaos of Pittsburgh's QB carousel, now playing musical chairs in Cleveland, buried behind layers of competition. Think about that for a second. The kid with flashes of brilliance, a 14-10 record that hints at unpolished promise, suddenly surfacing as Detroit's potential answer to a question no one dared to fully ask out loud. What if Jared Goff goes down? What then? Because let's not kid ourselves. That reality has haunted us like a specter hovering over the Lions' last few seasons. We've seen Goff carry this team on his back, fight through pain and adversity, but the backup drama, that revolving door of names like David Blau, Tim Boyle, Nate Sudfeld, Teddy Bridgewater, and now Kyle Allen and Hendon Hooker has never inspired confidence. In fact, it's the kind of desperation that keeps fans up at night, questioning if we'll ever truly be safe. So here's the bombshell. Detroit isn't just sitting idle, waiting for disaster to strike. They're eyeing Pickett as the chess move no one expected, the wild card who could finally bring stability to that fragile QB depth chart. And the price? Almost laughably low a day 3 draft pick. Too good to be true? Maybe? Too risky to ignore? Absolutely not. This isn't just about filling a slot. It's about rewiring the entire offense's lifeline, giving Detroit the peace of mind it has sorely needed. Because the Lions don't just dream in this city. They fight, claw, and scratch their way through every setback. From the crushing shadows of '91 to the rough and humble years under Caldwell, to the relentless grind under Dan Campbell's fierce leadership. We've stared down heartbreak with the grit of a city forged in resilience, built on a foundation of blue-collar sweat and unyielding pride. We know what it means to rebuild, to believe when every outside voice counts us out. But imagine just, for a second, what happens if this gamble pays off? What if Pickett isn't just a placeholder, but the catalyst that sparks Detroit's long-overdue offensive renaissance? A figure who not only protects our fragile season when Goff inevitably hits the shelf but pushes forward, igniting a surge no one saw coming? What if this move marks the starting gun for a run deeper than we dared hope, a playoff stretch that shakes the league to its core? And then turn that hope over in your hands and ask, is it already too late? Can one addition tilt the fragile balance, or will this just be another fleeting fix in a lineup still begging for a hero? Because the doors to the Detroit Lions Super Bowl window feel like they're cracking open, but for how long? And what price will Brad Holmes pay to keep that window from slamming shut forever? The whispers don't stop there. While Pickett's name echoes through the corridors, the buzz of a possible bigger splash for the defense lingers. A tantalizing what-if, with Micah Parsons looming in the background. But that's a tale for another time. Right now, Detroit's focus is razor-sharp on shoring up its biggest weakness before the season storms in like a freight train. So I've got to ask you, the die-hard, the hopeful, the loyal, are you ready to see your Lions roll the dice on Kenny Pickett, a move that could flip the script on our QB nightmare? Would you sacrifice a draft pick to safeguard the season and finally build that stable foundation behind Goff? And even deeper, can you feel it? The electricity in the air, the sticky tension of a city that knows it's about to erupt. And if this domino falls, trust me, the next piece is coming, and it's going to blow the roof off the NFL as we know it. Because if this isn't just a bandage, but the first shot in a revolution, then Detroit's not just back on the map, we're coming for blood. And now the fuse has been lit. All that's left is to wait for the explosion, shatter the silence. Detroit, it's time to wake this city up from the slumber of despair and believe again. For too long, we've been stuck staring at the ruins of what could have been, haunted by ghosts like 0 to 16, the pain of Barry Sanders walking away, Calvin Johnson hanging up his cleats, each scar a reminder of how fragile our hope has been. How often our dreams have crumbled under the weight of failed seasons and missed opportunities. But this feels different. Behind those locker room doors, I'm telling you, there's a restless energy, a buzz of calculated chaos, a war room whispering about a move so audacious, it's practically a shotgun blast to the status quo Kenny Pickett, one of the NFL's untapped wild cards, being floated as our insurance, a galvanizing spark to ignite an offense that's been gasping for breath, desperate for a heartbeat. Think about it, Holmes studying film like a hawk, knowing that Goff, as resilient as he is, won't last forever. And every backup on the roster is a question mark wrapped in a Band-Aid. But Pickett? He's the sleeper agent, the potential hero, buried deep beneath that Pittsburgh storm of inconsistency, waiting for his chance to rise. I see the twist to NFC North already gnashing teeth. Aaron Rodgers' ticking clock, Kirk Cousins' flashes of brilliance with cold. Brutal inconsistency, the Bears desperately trying to rebuild from rubble. But all eyes are on us, Detroit. A city bruised but unbroken, who's willing to take the gamble, no matter how high the stakes? This gamble isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about reprogramming our mentality from rebuild to contender, about sending a message to the league that Detroit is no longer the punching bag, but the heavyweight waiting to punch back. Remember Caldwell's firing, the chips falling out. A place how close we came last season, that playoff push that almost woke the beast. And now, this ace? Trust me, Pickett isn't just some fill-in. He's the wild card that could redefine our identity. The X factor capable of transforming this team's destiny overnight. But what if it's all mirage? What if Brady's ghost or Mama's magic are just out of reach, and this move becomes Detroit's latest heartbreak? Another illusion shattered by an unforgiving league? The world remembers the Detroit knees-hit moment of Orlovsky clambering out of the end zone, their fears confirmed. The Lions can't catch a break. But this time, the stakes are higher. The whispers say Brad Holmes has been drilling this for months, dissecting every NFL defense, pinning that draft pick like a secret weapon in insurance policy when storms roll in, when injuries threaten, to derail the whole damn season. Can you feel the electric tension? Because every time we've reached this precipice, when the spotlight blazed brightest, something shifted. A revelation, a collapse. But this might be our moment to turn tragedy into triumph. And don't forget what this city embodies. It's grit, resilience, a relentless refusal to stay down no matter how brutal the blows. Pickett, with his cannon arm and unpolished talent, is more than just a gamble. He's a reflection of Detroit itself, raw, underestimated, hungry for redemption. And as I look across the league, I see the same fears they know we're inching towards something unthinkable, a revolution rooted in steel resolve and bold strategy. So, I ask you, are you ready to witness history? Are you prepared to throw your lot in with this wild, unpredictable game, knowing that one move could blast open the gates of the playoffs or plunge us into an abyss of what-ifs? Because this city, our city, always bets on the underdog, and right. Now, we are the ultimate wild card, the dark horse with everything to gain and nothing to lose. The countdown is ticking. The dominoes are lining up. And I swear on every Detroit legend that's come before us, when that first crack in the calendar foundation appears, when that next move is made, the entire league better be ready to feel the seismic shift, or get buried in the rubble of what could have been.